Welcome to our YouTube channel dedicated to exploring the latest insights and opportunities in the world of finance and investments, with a special focus on currency revaluation, gold and silver investments, cryptocurrency, and make money online opportunities, and more. If you're interested in staying up to date on the latest developments in currency revaluation, particularly the Iraqi Dinar and other currencies, best to subscribe to this channel. Please note that the content on this YouTube channel is for informational purposes only and should not be considered financial advice. We are not licensed financial advisors, and the opinions expressed on this channel are based on our own research and personal experience. We strongly recommend that you do your own research and consult with a licensed financial advisor. Also, just before we go any further, this channel has a weekly giveaway of 100 Dogecoin. To enter, all you have to do is be subscribed to this channel, like this video, and watch this video until the end, because if you don't, you will be automatically disqualified from the giveaway. We will be sharing the random hashtag keyword daily somewhere in the video, and then comment hashtag the keyword with no spaces in between in the comments section. Good luck. Now let's proceed with the latest Iraqi Dinar news and intel today. Please take these pieces of information with a grain of salt, and please make sure to do your own due diligence. Welcome back, everyone. If you've been following the revaluation story, today's update is one of those moments where everything starts lining up. We've got fresh signs from the central bank, new confirmations about Iraq's financial stability, some quiet coordination happening behind closed doors with the budget, and even a major global forecast that could change how investors view Iraq completely. And there's one regional move just across the border that might be setting the stage for something much bigger than anyone expected. You're definitely going to want to stick around for this one, because these updates connect in a way we haven't seen before. I'll break down what it all means, why timing matters more than ever, and how it ties directly into the next potential phase of Iraq's RV and RI process. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and make sure notifications are on, because when the revaluation hits, you'll want to be the first to understand what's happening and why. All right, no fluff, no filler, let's get into the updates. From newshound guru Militia Man. When they do adjustments to currencies, central banks and the powers that be are very tight-lipped about it, and that's why we don't have a specific date and rate. From newshound Intel Guru Mountain Goat, we have to watch this process work its way out. We don't need any knee-jerk reactions. The CBI is keeping the lid on this move. We must be patient and let it all play out. It is time, and we have waited for this event for so long, but there are still steps to take to get what we want. From Intel Guru Frank 26, Iraq Boots on the Ground report from Firefly. TV has special about Iran voted to approve removal of 4 zeros from their currency, the rial. They have 2 years to prepare for this, and then a 3-year transition phase where both currencies can be used. From Frank 26, their currency is extremely worthless, but at least they are moving in the right direction that Donald Trump wants, in the sense of playing fair with the American dollar. From Guru Nader. From the Mideast. Listen, if they didn't care about this RV and they're not going to do anything about it, they will not talk about it. They will not mention anything about it if it's not important. Why would a whole government be going to talk about something they're not going to do anything about it? Would you do that? Especially when they tell you it's overrated, when it's overrated at 3 or 4 to $1. Okay? But this is for 1310? From Newshound Guru, Pimpy. Realistically, in history of redenominations in which a country deleted zeros, it didn't go quite the way you're being told with Iraqi Dinar. Nobody ever did a hike that high and left the zeros on, never even once in history. That doesn't mean Iraq might all of a sudden become some special case and they go, hey, we're going to leave the zeros on there. We're going to change the exchange rate to $3.22. We don't know. Nobody knows. It usually doesn't happen that way. I don't want people to feel discouraged. Just be aware that it might not happen the way things are going. From newshound Intel Guru FNU LNU. Article. Al-Alaq highlighted that financial and monetary stability has been achieved through daily central bank policies, prudent reserve management, and reforms in the banking sector. He added that controlling inflation and ensuring stable prices provide a critical foundation for private sector activity and investor confidence. This is the best, most positive news in a long time. Let us hope this will inspire a reinstatement back to the FOREX international trading platform, and then ka-ching! Payday! From newshound guru Militia Man, remember, delete the zeros off the currency as just a redenomination by itself without applying a real effective exchange rate is a wash. It's basically like a reverse split in the stock market. You still have the same value. It's not that good. But it has a psychological effect. It has ease of use effect. It has components that can have utility. But as far as value is concerned, it doesn't make a difference. From guest boots on the ground guru Maxis. I can't say a lot, but I will tell you that there's a lot of action here with the Iraq military. The U.S. military is moving out. Many containers being put on flatbeds every day. We know that the U.S. would not pull out of here unless they were being paid. From Intel guru Frank 26. They want the budget open for a set timeline for the new exchange rate because there is a countdown to establish financial stability and security. Part of the reason why the delegation is in Washington, D.C. is because of what I'm telling you. We want the budget open. Trump wants the budget open because the numbers are playing fair with the American dollar. We want the budget open for a set timeline for the new exchange rate that has been promised to the Iraqi citizens. From newshound guru Sandy Ingram. Article: U.S. military starts drawing down mission in Iraq. The Pentagon is pulling military personnel out of Iraq. The word on the street is ISIS would be unwise to test the Trump administration and have the U.S. troops have to return to Iraq. Yet the news confirms Iran is expanding its shadow operations into Iraq. The United States has given Israel the green light to attack Iraqi militants. We don't know for sure if Iraqi militants are Iranian citizens or Iraqi citizens. We just know they are Iran-backed militants who live and operate in Iraq. I'm worried about Iraq. From newshound guru Claire. Article: Iraq leads Arab countries in economic growth forecasts for 2026. Quote, the World Bank forecast on Tuesday that the Iraqi economy will record the highest growth rate among Arab countries in 2026 at 6.7%, placing it first in the Arab world on the list of economic performances expected to grow next year. From Guru Nader, from the Mideast. Iranians, I'm sure everybody heard about it already, they're deleting 3 or 4 zeros from the currencies. That's correct. Iraq is going to follow. That's a great thing. It's not bad. As soon as Iran deletes the zeros, Iraq is going to follow, not even a week later. Before ending with few more updates, the hashtag keyword for the 100 Dogecoin giveaway is forecasts. Comment down below which updates you like, think is valuable, or get you most excited. You can be the lucky winner if you like, subscribe, and watch the main content of this video. This will be for this coming Sunday's giveaway, and the winner will be announced in one of the Sunday's videos, so you do not want to miss it. From newshound guru Pimpy. We need the Iraqi Dinar to get on the damn Forex. Once they're on there, the restrictions will be removed. From newshound Intel guru FNU LNU. Every time elections roll around, instability follows. It is not at all a done deal that Soudani will be re-elected, as he has not followed through with promises of increased buying power for Iraqis. Riots have been narrowly averted at least 4 times that I can recall during his tenure. Hope for the best, but expect the worst. In my opinion, it is a grave miscalculation to see Maliki still roaming free and causing trouble. And finally, the last update is from Intel guru Frank 26. Question: if they lift the zeros, is it true the rate would be 76 or $1.31? Is there another step after dropping the zeros to bring it to 3.22 cents? From Frank 26. Yeah, it's called a float. The float will take it to $3.22. I predict it's going to go past 3.22. It would be an insult to go back to what it was 20 years ago. Alright, before I dive into my final thoughts, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because when Iraq finally makes its move, you're going to want to understand why it's happening, not just that it happened. Now let's get into my analysis. In my opinion, these latest updates show that Iraq is closer to an RV or RI than most people realize. When you have CBI Governor al-Awlaq going on record saying Iraq has achieved financial and monetary stability, that's not just talk. That's a public signal that the foundation is in place. Inflation's under control, banking reforms are operational, and foreign reserves are sitting at historic highs. FNU LNU, and I rarely say this, actually nailed it this time. His interpretation that this could pave the way for reinstatement makes sense. You can't open to international markets unless the CBI can demonstrate full control over stability. And right now, they're doing exactly that. Then there's Claire's update about the World Bank projecting Iraq to lead the Arab world with 6.7% economic growth by 2026. That's not some random figure. That's validation from one of the world's most conservative financial institutions. It means Iraq's economic narrative is shifting from recovering to leading. That kind of growth strengthens their real effective exchange rate, or REER, meaning the fundamentals can now justify a stronger dinar. When you combine growth with monetary stability, you're basically checking off every box the IMF wants to see before approving an internationally traded currency. And then there's Frank 26's update, the one about wanting the budget open for a set timeline tied to the new exchange rate. That's a big one. It implies synchronization between the CBI, the Ministry of Finance, and even U.S. Treasury oversight. Budgets don't get aligned with currency policy unless they're preparing to implement something measurable. So when you see that kind of language, a countdown, a timeline, stability announcements, it's not a coincidence. It's signaling readiness. Now, let's talk about that Iran comparison because a lot of people misunderstood it. Iran's move to delete 4 zeros is a survival tactic, a nominal redenomination. They're doing it because their currency is collapsing under hyperinflation. Iraq's situation is the opposite. They're removing zeros from a position of strength with stable reserves, 8% inflation, and growing GDP. Where Iran's reform is about damage control, Iraq's is about value restoration. Same concept, completely different purpose. So where does that leave us? Well, as I've said before, the IMF's 1 to 2 year projection is just that, a projection, a placeholder. It's not a deadline or a restriction. The REER tables we see from the IMF simply assume the current 1300 rate until Iraq officially changes it. That's how they model future data. But Iraq's internal signals, the budget talk, the growth projections, the CBI's public confidence, all suggest that waiting 2 years would actually be counterproductive. If Iraq waits too long, they risk losing investor trust, weakening Sudanese political leverage, and slowing down their WTO accession momentum. That's why I believe, based on everything we've tracked, that the 6 to 12-month window is not just possible, it's optimal. Politically, economically, and psychologically, that's when Iraq stands to gain the most. To me, all these signs, from the CBI's declaration of stability to the World Bank's confidence, from Frank 26's timeline clues to the regional currency shifts, they all point to one thing. Iraq is no longer preparing, it's positioning. And when a nation's financial and political systems are aligned like this, major change doesn't feel like a question of if anymore. It feels like a matter of when. That's my take, my honest opinion based on everything we've seen so far. We're watching a nation line up all the pieces, one by one, before the world sees the move they've been building toward for years. Stay tuned, because when this window opens, it could very well be the start of Iraq's financial comeback story. And that is my final take. Moreover, we posted a breaking news the other day. Iraq just made a major move toward joining the World Trade Organization by completing comprehensive technical responses, an essential step that signals a shift toward full international integration. While this might seem like a routine headline, it's actually one of the strongest signs that Iraq could be preparing to move off the program rate and take the dinar global. In this video, I'll break down how this development ties directly into the RVRI process, how it connects with IMF Article 8 compliance, and why this moment could indicate the beginning of the end for the 1300 rate. If you've been watching for the clues and waiting for confirmation that Iraq is ready, this is the update you don't want to overlook. most people will miss the significance until it's too late. Please go ahead and check it out by clicking on the link on the top right of this video, as you don't want to miss this. Lastly, we will continue to post videos about the recent events and articles supporting the changes taking place in Iraq, so you don't want to miss them. Also, don't forget, please drop a comment below with hashtag and the keyword and let us know what you think. If you like this content and like to support this channel, please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you get notified when new videos are uploaded. See you on the next video. Bye.